And as Congress tries to pass a funding bill by the end of the year, health insurance companies are lobbying for help to cover unanticipated health care costs as a result of Obamacare. As One America's John Hines explains, some Republicans are trying to save taxpayers from paying for any further funding of the program.
Current law prohibits using taxpayer funds to cover losses that health insurers incur as a result of Obamacare through something called the Risk Corridor Program. Some health insurance companies want to change the law because they're losing money. Representative Leonard is leading the charge against this effort in the House.
Why should the average American taxpayer pay for the losses of insurance companies?
Representative Lance is referring to the Risk Corridor Program that was intended to ease insurers' transition to Obamacare by allowing insurance companies and the federal government to share higher than expected costs. But given the instability of the insurance market under Obamacare, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services recently announced that Risk Corridor payments are only expected to cover a small fraction of what insurance companies have requested, leaving taxpayers on the hook to cover the rest of the costs. Josh Withrow of the nonprofit taxpayer advocacy group Freedom Works.
These insurance companies are taking large losses and are then seeking a coverage of some of those losses from the government. They asked this year for about a $3 billion bailout, a little bit less than that, and instead the amount of money that was actually in these risk corridors from fees and such that insurance companies pass among each other was only about $300 million, a huge shortfall.
Representative Lance and others want to add language to the must-pass budget appropriations bill that would keep the hands of insurance companies out of the taxpayers' pockets.
I hope that this will be in the document that becomes law next week, appropriating funds to operate the government of the United States.
Republicans view this as a major victory because if the provision passes, and conservatives view this as must-pass legislation, some insurance companies may be forced to withdraw from Obamacare due to excessive losses. Representative Lance.
I've always thought that Obamacare would fall like a house of cards.
It may not fall like a house of cards, and certainly not right away. But if the provision to prevent subsidizing health insurance company losses succeeds, Obamacare could be seriously hobbled. John Hines, One America News, Washington.